Hi there! So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use Effidavit, which is a quick way of generating affidavits. So I'm going to start by logging in. So I'm first taken to the Affidavits homepage, where you can see a list of affidavits which have already been generated. So in this case you can see one has been generated for a Rose and one for a Neha. So you can see all of the relevant information for the affidavit which has been generated. So for example, with Rose, you can see that I've generated a word mark called KLGP and information such as the prior use date, the classes in which it was applied for in, and the date that the affidavit was created is also shown. I'm going to start by creating an affidavit. The first thing I want to do is add a new client. And first I'll need to decide who the applicant type is. So in this case, I will be applying for a business and I will type in the company name accordingly and the address. I will also want to select the state and city and type in the PIN code. Now my client will appear in this drop-down list, Effidavit, and I'm just going to go ahead and change the name of the deponent. I'm then going to select this Kommit default template as the template text that I want to use as my affidavit. I can actually edit my template here in this templates button and change the text as to how I want it. So next I want to enter the details of the trademark. So first I'll need to decide the type of mark that I'm applying for. So this could be a word mark, in which case I'll enter the word mark here, or it could be a device mark, in which I will need to upload an image of the mark. So I'm going to select my logo, and you can see that a preview of the logo has now appeared. And as I scroll down, I'm going to go ahead and select the classes in which I want to apply the mark in. So I'm going to go ahead and select 16, 35 and 36. And you can see as I select these classes, the list of classes appears on this left-hand side. And I'm just going to go ahead and select the subcategories in which I want to apply the mark in. And similarly for class 35. Now I actually have the option of typing out my own text if I don't like the ones which have been listed below. Next, I want to enter the information about the prior use of the mark. So first I'm going to select the prior use date by selecting this little calendar button and selecting the date that I want to use as my prior use since. And then I'll need to decide what the evidence type is. So this could be a website, a product, or other. So I'm going to stick with website for now and type in the according URL. And attach my evidence. If I select this little I button, I can preview the upload just to check that it's the right attachment. And I can do it the same way by selecting this little circular area. And if I want, I can add more evidence. So for example, perhaps I have a product as well, and I'm going to select a file image of the product, which is a notebook with the Effidavit logo. And I'm just going to write the description here as notebook with Effidavit logo. And finally, I'm going to add one more piece of evidence, such as a Twitter page, and select the relevant file. I'm just going to view it, and now head back. So let's say I actually don't want to include one of these evidence types. I can simply press the remove button and it will delete it. And then I'm going to select add mark, and you can see on this left hand side the trademark has appeared. So if I wanted to delete it, I could simply press this little bin button Or if I wanted to edit any details, I can click it and then simply go through and change any details that I like. But if I'm happy with it, I can select View Summary and then hit the Generate Affidavit button. This now takes me to my affidavit, and I can quickly go through and just check the details of my information. So for example, if I wanted to edit any of this affidavit, I can just select it and a little toolbar at the top appears where I can edit the text. So for example, I'm currently editing my Class 16 affidavit and I decide I actually don't want to include printing blocks. I can simply go through and delete it. So if I select anywhere outside of this text space, the edit toolbar will disappear. And if I want to go and change any of my other affidavits, I can toggle between these three buttons. So this middle one will be my Class 35. If I scroll up, you'll be able to see that this affidavit is for Class 35. And similarly, this final toggle will be for my Class 36. So once you've reviewed your affidavits, you can just adjust the paper settings. So for example, you may want to select legal or A4 paper and change the margins of the paper accordingly. You can also check any of the evidence that you've uploaded, and once you're happy, you can select Generate All Affidavits and select OK. And you can see at the bottom of the page, the affidavits have generated, and you can just click on it, ready to print and sign. So you'll be able to see that the document is perfectly formatted, and on the last page, the annexure contains your evidence of use. And that's about it. So thank you so much for watching.